Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to Mega Man X Part 3, Sting Chameleon. We got another mini-boss in this stage, one that takes a very long time. At least the way I do it. I don't know if he's weak to any weapons, so I just kind of buster him. It's going to be kind of tedious, I'm sorry. Oh, these little mechs with the camouflage. Oh, worm, I didn't see him. He had much better camouflage by being really small. And it's worth noting that when they're in the ground, not only will your shots just miss them, but if you walk past them, it doesn't matter, because they're camouflaged. They're not hurting you. Alright, so, because we beat Launch Octopus, the stage is flooded. Why does this matter? Honestly, it really doesn't, except for this one thing here. There is a heart tank right through there, right over here. And if the stage isn't flooded, you can't jump high enough to get it. I don't think you could. Hearts, be careful. I think that means that I got all 8 heart tanks. Now this time, go up. Instead of going straight, go up, because up here is yet another item. Unfortunately, we have to wait for all these blocks to fall. Alright, so this is our next mini-boss. This is RT55J. He is the easiest thing in the world if you know the pattern. I've shown you the whole pattern already. You have to jump up and shoot him in the head because his claws will block the attack. Some people specifically stand closer to bait him into firing his claw so that his whole body becomes a hitbox. But, you know, then you're putting yourself in risk of damage, so I don't really do that. I just kind of do this over and over. It's really nothing interesting. This is the entire fight. The only other interesting thing he does is if he jumps to your position when he jumps. So if you're more in the middle of the room and he fires his claw attack at you, if the claw hits the wall, it'll pull him towards it. So that's another thing you sort of have to watch out for if you're not doing the fight like me. Man, X3. I'm telling you, man, X3 had some great boss AI. Only other interesting thing about this guy, RT55J, because that is a name I actually remember, there's a sort of theory out there that this is actually a repurposed auto from the classic series. The only real, there's a little bit of evidence to that. First off, he shares Otto's color scheme in the green and yellow. Though it's kind of weird because this guy came first. Mega Man 7 was 2 years after this game, which was Otto's introduction. Second, he's guarding a Dr. Light capsule. Otto was one of Dr. Light's creations. So this gives us the armor upgrade, which will maxes out my armor. It doubles my defense, completes the armor set, looks nice, and that should give me another trophy. Yep, there it is. Completed the first armor. Now we have to wait for this to go away. I don't know why it takes so long for the invisible wall to go away. And there's also the fact that his name is RT55J. In Japan, Otto's name is Rightot. So, the initials are sort of there. I want to issue a correction. In my video, I mentioned the fact that if you fight RT55J before you come down here, they're supposed to be falling blocks from the ceiling besides these guys. And if you fight RT55J first, I'm going to keep saying that name, then they all disappear, like they never fall. I labeled that as a mistake. Someone in the comments pointed out the idea that maybe it was him jumping that made the things fall in the first place. And you know what? I'm totally willing to accept that explanation. It makes perfect sense. And it means that there's one less mistake with this game. That's always nice. Hey, him. Let's grab this extra one up. I might have enough lives at this point to not have to grind them. And for whatever reason, this is the only other of the 8 Maverick stages that has a ride armor. In this stage, it doesn't really do anything. It didn't really do anything in Chill Penguin stage either, but it totally protects you from damage, so it's always worth taking. And you know, it's more useful against these big guys in their own ride armors. We'll be seeing more of them soon enough. It's fine. Get back down here. Punch me. Let me punch you like a man. And don't worry about the mud. Even if you're normal X and you fully sink in, it doesn't kill you. You just have to jump a lot to get back out. It's not even that much, so who cares? And there we go. And thus, now we get out Boomerang Cutter. By the way, Mega Man X was the first game in the series to let you use the shoulder buttons to switch out weapons. Beautiful change. I'm so happy that that's a thing they introduced. Alrighty then. I believe Sting Chameleon, who is the easiest boss in the world. He'll have the time to pull off one attack. And he missed. There you go. This is the fight. God, I love doing that. Alrighty then, so that's all 8 Mavericks down. I have all 4 sub-tanks, I have all 8 hard tanks, I have all 4 armor pieces. That should be enough. No, not quite. There is still one more item I need to get. And to do that, we're going to have to head back to Armored Armadillo stage. But first, Zero's got something to tell us, and you need to bring us here to do it. Finally, we found Sigma's fortress. Let's go in and put an end to his war against the humans. Yes, by the way, that's the plot of this game. Sigma's rebelling robots against the humans. And I want to show this off. If I hit spec, I can look at everyone's specs. Their height, their weight, their attacks. Some of their attacks. Let me see. Did they fix it? Attacks? Nope. Homing torpedo. And then if map, it tells you where everyone is in relation. I personally just prefer leaving it on stage. Doesn't matter. I like it though. Right then, how many lives do I have? 7. Okay. So I'll grind here a tiny bit to fill up my last sub-tank. It will not take long at all. It's going to be more difficult to tell because my audio's down, so I can't hear like the tone when your sub-tank fills up. Alright. Destroy this guy. It'll probably just fill up naturally. So yeah, this Batonton, or Bubble Bat from the original games, is here, and he pretty much always drops, the only thing he'll ever drop is lives, and he has a pretty high drop rate. Not perfect, but it's high. He's giving me pretty bad luck now. Come on. Come on. Why the hell are you being so stingy now? Yeah, real high drop rate, guys. There we go. Okay. Now I'll just go forward. I should fill up my sub-tank naturally. And, you know, it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to use the sub-tank until the very end of the game, so I'll have enough time for it to fill up. There it is. I don't know why the hell he just sort of cocked his head like that. So this time I'm going to outrun him, because action set piece. Ow. It's fine now. He gives you so much extra time, it really doesn't matter. Like, I'll stay here and kill him. I'm fine. Once he reaches the spikes, he falls in and dies. Because I'm not the only one vulnerable to spikes. And according to some footage from Mega Man 11, Rush is vulnerable to being crushed. Poor guy. There's a great footage I saw from like some trade event where they had Blockman stage available for journalists to play. A guy summoned Rush at a point in the stage, and he just immediately got crushed and died. It's like, whoops, sorry, buddy. He survived spikes, but not that. Oh, really? Mega Man 11 better be good. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it'll be a good classic Mega Man game, but unfortunately, classic Mega Man is not really what I'm looking for. I'll be happy to play it, but I'm not exactly excited for it. I'm more excited by the prospect that Mega Man X Legacy Collection here may be teasing a new game in the X series. Okay, I couldn't kill him fast enough, but I swear you can get up there, like really closely. I may be wrong. Either way, by the time this video goes out, you'll probably all know if this game's teasing anything else, but again, this game has been out for less than 12 hours at the time I'm recording this. And I've been awake for 3 of those hours, so who cares? Forgot what I was doing. Come on, I gotta get back up here, I think. There we go. I don't know if you have to actually collect this health upgrade, but I'm doing it. Okay, so that's what we're doing now. I just keep going through this part, and I just keep killing myself. Either way, like I was saying, the trophy list for this game came out like a week ago, and people noticed that some of the trophies were like completed enough extra. Okay, you can just, if you just shoot them without any worries, you can just kill them fast enough. Okay, that answers that. But people noticed that some of the trophies were like unlocking secret images in the gallery. So they're like, huh, like what could those secret images be? After all, there's already precedence for this. Classic Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 included a piece of art that no one knew what the hell it was until last year when we found out, oh, it's Mega Man using Blockman's weapon from 11. Okay, so it was like it was a tease. We didn't really know. We thought it was a tease, but we didn't know for sure. But now we know that they put secret images in these galleries to tease the next game in the series. And Capcom already said Legacy Collection selling well was the reason that we got a new classic game. So there's a good chance. There's been a good amount of hype for this collection. So maybe they already just thought like, hey, we can just we could sell a new, like we could make a new X game. Again, by the time this video comes out, you may already know what that secret image is. But it could be teasing X9, which I would 100% be down for. I'd love that. And the other reason we have to suspect is the soundtrack for a Legacy Collection, which is kind of a weird thing to release, a soundtrack for a compilation. But I guess maybe it's like a best of. Like it includes the best songs from X1 through 8 and all the new songs they composed for the collection specifically. Like the menu theme, the X Challenge theme, stuff like that. Either way, that soundtrack released in Japan a couple days ago. And it mentioned in the manual, like it gives a brief history of each X game, X1 through 8. And then after 8, it says X's fight is not over yet. So there's been a couple cynical people online who have said like, oh, that could be referring to Command Mission, which takes place after the X games, though I'm just as inclined to believe it's non-canon. Could be referring to as well in the Zero series. But I don't know. That's kind of specific. I like to think it's referring to the possibility of an X9. I want it so much because, you know, out of the Mega Man series I love, classic series, I'm happy it's getting a new game, but I don't need a new game. Zero, I'd love a new game, but Zero's done. I don't want a new Zero game. I love the way Zero plays, but the series itself is done, so I don't want a new Zero game. They could fill that itch by releasing a new ZX game. That I'd totally be down for, because there was the teaser at the end of Advent. But, you know, if I don't get a new ZX game, I'm not going to be too upset. You know, I thought ZX was a good game. I mentioned that enough in my Let's Play. I thought Advent was fine. And there it is. That's why we were doing this. Oh, look at that costume, right? I'll give you a special present. Now, enter the capsule, please. Why the hell is he dressed in a karate gi? What could this be? Well, the best weapon in the game. Silver trophy. There it is. It's a Hadouken. I'm not used to hearing X say it because for whatever reason they removed the sound clip in the original X collection. But yeah, it's a Hadouken. Now we're going to go to the Sigma stages. So what's the purpose of the Hadouken? Well, it's very limiting. In that, first off, in order to perform it... hold on. Let's split up. I'll go in first and then you can slip in while I keep the main defense force busy. He's going to do an amazing job. Like, I walk 2 feet to the right. Wow, there's this guy right in the middle of our path he missed. Amazing work, Zero. Either way, so the Hadouken's limiting, in that in order to perform it, you have to be at full health, you have to be standing on the ground, and you have to do the quarter circle forward motion from Street Fighter. But it carries with it, it's worth it, because it carries with it an awesome power. Namely, the ability to kill everything it hits in one hit. Instant kill. To enemies? Actually, not so much. I showed it off. There's a guy on YouTube named like Yugi Joe or something like that. Either way, he did a video of him using the Hadouken on everything in the game. And he showed off that there are actually many things in the game that are not instantly killed by the Hadouken. You know, most mini-bosses, some normal enemies. You know, there's a lot of things that just aren't instantly killed by the Hadouken. However, there's one thing that matters. This is like the only room in the game where I use sub-weapons, by the way. I don't know why. But, you know, Fire Wave is actually very efficient here. But, you know, okay, it's not an instant kill against normal enemies. Who cares? You can kill normal enemies quickly anyway. Point is, it's an instant kill against bosses. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to... Here's another thing it's not an instant kill against. Vile. Stay back, X. I'll take him on. It doesn't really matter. There's a glitch where if you, like, cling on the wall right next to the top of the ladder and sort of jump over it, you can get to that door without ever triggering the cutscene, which kind of messes things up. I've never actually been able to do it, but I've also never really tried, so who cares? X, do what I tell you or he's history. Is that the voice I used for Vile earlier? I forget. Don't listen to him, X. Go ahead and blast him. Dream on, Zero. X knows he can't defeat me. My armored carrier is more than a match for his ancient weapons. And he's right. He's still invincible. If you use the Hadouken on him, you stagger him back a tremendous amount, but it doesn't actually deal any damage. It staggers him back so far that you have time to prepare another Hadouken. You can just keep him in the infinite loop. I like to do that sometimes. And here we go. Here's my favorite part of the game. Vile is very adamant where you're supposed to stay. You have no idea how much I love that. Maybe. But I'm not through yet. And thus we begin a long, proud tradition that honestly doesn't have as many examples as people like to claim. Zero dies. Oops. What a worthless gesture. I can't be defeated so easily. So, X, it's just you and me now. Thankfully, we don't have to fight him at super low health. We just get a bunch of health for some reason. What the? Where did that energy come from? It really doesn't matter how much energy you absorb, X. You are still far too weak. Prepare to be terminated. Alright. Uh-oh. Shit, I fucked up. I was trying to show off the Hadouken, but I got messed up. Alright, well, if you can't use the Hadouken, his weakness is Shotgun Ice. Ow, and he's kind of kicking my ass. I'm sorry about that. Ow. I'm not used to actually fighting him. It's been a while. Ow. Ow, God, stop jumping at me like that. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to use the sub-tank immediately. Nope, nope. Use it. Oh, yeah, you have to hit shoot. And thanks for not filling my health up all the way. I really appreciate that. So I can't even kill him with a Hadouken. I swear I'm not, like, trying to suck. That was really bad. And it sends a really bad omen for what I'm going to be dealing with in the rest of the stage. Mostly... Oh, shit, his weakness isn't Shotgun Ice. It's Rolling Shield. I just wasted all my Shotgun Ice energy. X, I've taken too much damage. Auto repair systems can't handle it. Yeah, you're missing your legs. My power's fading fast. Your power's greater than I thought. Maybe you can destroy Sigma. So if you don't have the Buster upgrade at this point, he'll say you're strong, X, but you're still not strong enough. Take my Buster and beat Sigma, and then you get the Buster upgrade. It's the exact same Buster upgrade, but you know, it's nice. You get a Buster upgrade. I'm gonna use charged up Chameleon's thing here because it makes you totally invincible. So you know, just sort of skip all this bullshit. I'll charge it up again here. You're gonna need to use that, unless maybe you really... Nah, you probably can't get up here in one run. Okay, unfortunately, I can't... let me get out my homing torpedoes. Because right here is our first refight against the Maverick. This is Boomer Kawanger again. Yeah, they do the Mega Man 1 style of boss rematches and not any of the later games, and I honestly don't get that. Where you fight them periodically throughout the 4 stages instead of all in one room. Oh wow, he actually managed to hit me. Oh wow, and I somehow managed to dodge that. Okay, either way, he's still not hard. I wanted to show off the Hadouken, but I can't do that. Okay, I'm actually going to try and grind here to get my health and weapon energy back. Okay, well, an extra life is always nice. I'm not going to need it, but... Okay, please drop actual things. Okay, it's something. Oh, that's bigger. Okay, for once I'm not exactly disappointed to see, Oh god. God, stop giving me lives! I don't need them. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, And actually, like, where you can stand to spawn all these guys is kind of specific. Like, I'll try and, like, spawn them in without... Okay, you can't spawn them all in without attracting everyone back. What do I have for shotgun ice energy? Not much. Okay, I'll keep going. Because my luck on this next fight is atrocious. Sorry about this. I had the earlier stage was not exactly ideal. Oh, and I can also grind up my sub-tank a little bit. I'm more worried about weapon energy now, but... I mean, a full sub-tank is never a bad thing. At least a partially filled sub-tank. I'm probably not going to deal with, have too much trouble again, so I'm not overly worried. Thank you. Come on, give me some damn weapon energy. Thank you. There we go, that should do it. Yep, alright, we're all good. Yeah, I should mention, X just naturally has the energy balancer from Mega Man 6 built into him. Which means that if you pick up weapon energy either when you have no weapon equipped or when your weapon energy is full. Oh, no, God, fuck you! Of course, he always starts off the fight with the damn spiders, so I can't ever use a Hadouken because they're so hard to dodge that you're gonna take damage, like, naturally. I hate this boss so goddamn much. So this is Bow Spider. He's the first Sigma stage boss, and I hate him. I hate this fucker so goddamn much. He's his pattern is that he always goes down these, every time he passes by one of the poles connecting the things, he'll always go down it. But, you know, it's kind of hard to immediately tell what that path is. And it gets worse as he keeps going, because he gets faster as he takes more damage. And of course, he only has a limited amount of time you can hit him. Maverick Hunter X made him a little better by making it so, like, every time he reached one of the poles he was going to climb down, or climb across, he would stop for a second. And, you know, it doesn't sound like much. Stop shooting the goddamn spiders. It doesn't sound like that big of a change, but it gives you so much extra time to tell what the hell he's doing. It just makes it way easier. Okay, that was not an awful run, but it was not ideal. I hate this guy so much. He's the only part of X1 I can legitimately say I dislike. Okay, so that was the first stage of Sigma's Fortress, and that's where we're going to call it for part 3. Tune in for part 4, the finale, where I am just going to finish this game entirely. See you then.